Let's continue. So, as I said, that our this thing today will be on ethical hacking. We are through with digital forensic. We are through with malware analysis. We have also looked at bash or Linux administration or bash command. So what we'll be looking at, the main thing we'll be looking at is ethical hacking and Python programming. These are the remaining two things that will be remaining for us to end this course. And from now till next the ending of this month, when is month ending? I know. I mean, how many weeks we have now left? So we have 2 weeks left. So from now till last week of the month, we'll be looking at ethical hacking, and let's see how far we'll go about it. I've sent the material for now, but now I can also go through. I'll show you what to go through. So basically, as I said, that when you talk to hacking, hacking is of different categories or different types. It all depends on the one that you are doing, and uh, and that's what determines whether you are good or whether you are bad. But the skill in itself is not a bad skill, but your response to it or what you do with it make it bad or make it what? Good. So when you use it for good, you become a black hacker. For bad, you become a black hacker. When you use it for good, you become what? An ethical hacker or a white hacker or a penetration tester. So hacking is of three types. We have the black hat or the white gray hack or the white hack. So what it means is that just as the name implies, black hats use it for malicious purpose. So are hackers that use their own skill for malicious purpose. Grey hackers are those hackers that use their own for can use it for malicious and also for good, depending on their mode, or depending on the natures of what they are doing. For example, if you get a black hacker to do something for you, maybe he finished doing it, at the end of the day, maybe later on, he started using the information against you. It means that the person has become a grey hacker. So then white hackers are those who are basically using it to solve organizational problem, looking for vulnerability within the system, looking for weaknesses within the network, within an infrastructure, and then solve such challenges. So what we'll be focusing on, we are not focusing on either black or gray. We are focusing on white hat hacking, or we are for what we refer to as ethical hacking or penetration testing. Anywhere you hear the name, still the same thing. So penetration testing also have different aspects. It also is of three different types. So it's of three different types. You have what called the black box, the white box, and the gray box. Take note, the difference between this and this, the other one is hack, just this one is boss. So white black box means that maybe organization hired you as an ethical hacker and say, oh, for example, come and check my teacher for me whether my teacher is vulnerable or not vulnerable. That is all that they told you. They didn't give you any other information about my teacher again. No other prior information. At that particular instant, you are going to do your pen testing from a blank knowledge. You don't have any knowledge about the organizational structures, their infrastructures, network informations, or anything. So you just on a blank space. But white hat is that it's like a white box is like a internal security auditor or internal security a pen tester. Maybe you are working with my teacher now and they say, oh, you are carrying out a regular or a weekly update, a weekly check on the my teacher's network infrastructure to be sure that there is nothing going wrong there. On that note, you are what? A white boss. But then a grey hacker, a grey ethical hacker also means that they give you only a brief information. You have a partial information about it. You know their website. Maybe for example they hire my teacher hired you. You know their website, right? Maybe they give you their login details to their website. That is the only thing they give you. So you are the one that sort out the rest by yourself. So on that note, you are what? You are a great boss what? You are operating as a great boss penetration tester or ethical hacker. Any question on that? Any question? Clive,
So the black box means no
no prior
priority.
knowledge. Yes.
Grey box means you
A
have information,
partial information.
and white means
You have a full information here. The only thing you do is to carry out analysis. So ethical hacking simply means stimulating a cyber attack against systems, network or application to identify vulnerability that could be exploited by what? Hackers. So your goal is to identify vulnerability or weaknesses within the system that can be exploited by what? Malicious hackers or threat actors. The next thing we need to do is to set up an ethical hacking lab. So we need to set up an ethical hacking lab. We already have our virtual machine. So we launch our virtual machine. So you can launch your virtual machine. So you already have virtual machine on our system. So I'm going to bring in Kali Linus here right now. So we'll be making use of Kali Linus. All this while we have been using window and other these things. So we'll be making use of Kali Linus. So I'm going to unzip my Kali Linus right now. So let's unzip our Kali Linus. So I'm going to bring it to my virtual box. So on your virtual box, go to settings, go to network, change it to bridge adapter. No bridge adapter is let's leave it for now first. Let's continue. So let me start it. So there are different stages of ethical hacking. There are different stages. The first stage of ethical hacking is called information gathering or reconnaissance. That is the first stage of ethical hacking. Information gathering or reconnaissance. So information gathering or reconnaissance, but then I outline them into different phases. I call them the pre-attack phase, the attack phase, the post-attack phase, and the reporting phase. So the pre-attack phase are actually what I regarded as reconnaissance or information gathering, scanning, and enumeration. But then let's say the main stages, there are about 5 to 6 stages. One, information gathering or reconnaissance, scanning and enumeration, exploitation, covering of track, maintaining of access, and post exploitation, and reporting. These are the different stages of, or you can call it the stages or steps in ethical hacking. One, information gathering and reconnaissance. Two, scanning and enumeration. Three, exploitation. Four, covering of track. Five, maintaining of access. And six, reporting. Are we together? So, but then I categorize this in different in 4 different phases for easy remembrance. Under pre-attack means what you do before you do the attack or the exploitation. So what you do is, one is reconnaissance and information gathering. That means you gather information about your target, about your intending target. Two, you carry out scanning and what? Enumeration. Under the pre-attack phase. So then under the attack phase you have exploitation. This is where you carry out the penetration testing or the ethical hacking itself. So it's under the attack phase we call exploitation. But before the exploitation, there were information gathering. You gather information. I cannot just see him now and go and attack him. I must gather information about him first. Who is him? What does he do? Where does he work? Do you get it right? So these are the information. Then the scanning phase. I can just go and provoke him now to see how he will react, so that I will know whether I will start from his anger, or I'll start from, or how gentle he is. So that is then I can now carry out the main attack, which is what? Exploitation. Then the post exploitation phase, where I have maintaining of access and covering of what? Track. I don't want to be repeating the same procedure or process every time. So I have to maintain my access. I have to find a way to be sure to remain. If I have gained access, I gain entrance, I want to be sure to be remain in that place I have gained access in. Or if I have not, or I have to cover myself too, so that nobody trace me or nobody detect that I am there. These are the post-attack what phase. Then we have reporting. Under reporting, you have documentation and recommendations. So you document what your findings. Oh, I find out this thing happen. I find out that thing happen, and then you need to carry out this. You need to carry out that. You need to do this. You need to do that. Are we together? Any question?
So this reporting is exploitation. Is it pre-attack then exploitation? Is exploitation then reporting?
Okay. I said we have we have like about six phases, but I categorize them for better remembrance or understanding. I categorize them as what?
Four.
Four: pre-attack, post-attack, pre-attack, attack, post-attack, and what? Reporting. So under the pre-attack, I say scanning and enumerations and reconnaissance/information gathering. Then under exploit, we have what? Exploitation. Then under post attack you have what? Maintaining of access and covering of track. Then after that we have what? Reporting, which has to do with documentations and what? Recommendation. So so the first thing we want to look at first is the information gathering and reconnaissance. So that's what we'll be looking at first for today: information gathering and reconnaissance. So in information gathering, it simply means you gather information about your work, your target. So before you carry out any penetration testing, you must gather information about your target. You cannot just go and carry out exploitation without information gathering. It's like you shooting yourself on your leg and expecting that nothing happens to you. So that is all I have to do. Then we have active and passive reconnaissance. Passive simply means you gather this information without having a direct contact with this person, with your target. For example, I want to know about you now. I have known your name. Maybe I want to know about you, what you do, how you do it. What I need to do, maybe I can go to social media. I say, Clive, I'll check your name. Maybe I'll see you have different. There are other people who are bearing the same name with you. Are we together? So I will not target the wrong person. So I have to use your name and your surname. I have to use your picture. I have to so all those things gather together to be able to be sure to validate the target, to be sure that this target, I'm not targeting the wrong person. So I'll use social media to gather information about you. I use Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube to gather information about you. In such case, it is called passive reconnaissance. But when I need to have a direct contact with you, maybe I have the direct contact with the target, maybe I call you, maybe I chat you up, maybe I try to have a connection between your device and my device. Maybe I send you a malware or a Trojan so that I have a connection between your system and my system. Such kind of information gathering is called active reconnaissance. Are we together?
Yeah.
So when you go here, when you go to your file menu here, under here, under here, you see a section called reconnaissance. And everybody look, go to your this thing. So under reconnaissance, there are different things you can carry out reconnaissance on. You can carry out reconnaissance on the network, you can carry out reconnaissance on the web, you can carry out reconnaissance on an individual. You can also carry out reconnaissance on a host. So the first thing we want to look at is reconnaissance on a host to get information about a host. To get information about the host, we are going to make use of what we call open source intelligence analysis. So to carry out an information about the host, we are using what we call open source word, intelligent word, and you might be hearing that called OSINT or whatever it is. When you hear about open source, what do you mean? When you hear about open source, what does it mean? I'm asking you. When you hear about open source, what does it actually mean in tech? So you have not heard about open source before? Eh? When you hear about open source, it means that such thing is made available for the public to use. That such thing is that a public can have access to it, but then though it might be a premium tool, so it might be a, but then it is available for the public to use, to make use of. So that's all. So when we talk about open source intelligence analysis, we are talking about, we want to collect information from different available platforms, that maybe, for example, platforms like social media, news, government records, and so on and so forth. So we want to gather information or from data source from different aspects. And as I told you, there are different methodologies to use. Either we use passive reconnaissance, that gathering from data without interacting with the target, direct engaging with the target, such as probing the server, so on and so forth. And there are different ways to carry out open source. Either we use a search engine. For example, now I want to gather information about your name, right? I'll Google your name, right? Or I'll do, but then those are actually a basic open source that anybody can do. But then what we want to look at here is carry out an advanced open source, and to gather information from 1,000 places at the same time using a simple word tools. Are we together?
Yeah.
So the tools we want to use, so there are different popular tools you can use for open source. One is called MetaGo, Shodan, and search engine like Google, and so on and so forth. But then the tools we want to use today is called Spiderfoot. It's called what?
Spider.
It's called Spiderfoot. Spiderfoot is a combination. What Spiderfoot is used for is a web-based kind of it's a graphical based user interface based kind of tools that can be used to gather information about a target from different platforms. Now we did virus total the other day in malware analysis, right? So maybe I want to check Facebook, I want to check Twitter, I want to check Instagram about you. Instead of me going to Twitter, Instagram, one after the other to check about you, I use Spiderfoot to do it one. It will go through all the platforms for me at the same time and gather the information, collect the information, and present it. So that is actually what Spiderfoot is actually used for. So it collects information from different places, the available public available information from different places, and then present it unto us. So to use virus to use Spiderfoot, so these are different things you can use with Spiderfoot. So these are different things you can do with Spiderfoot. H means help, G means debug, L means spot, M means mode, and so on and so forth. So our goal is to do this. So I'm going to clear this terminal. So yeah,
Cyberfoot is GUI. You're not using GUI.
you see it here. So to start a Spiderfoot server, type Spiderfoot minus L, the IP address. We are going to use a default IP address. So then this it will going to run on port what 001. Then we are using a loopback IP address. This is the IP address it will work on. So press enter. So it's starting the Spiderfoot on the web by of choice. So what you need to do, this is the URL we'll be using. So you right click, you can click on it and click on open link. Let's see what it gives us. So what is happening is that we are running the server locally. The server is running on our card locally. That's what it means. So this is the Spiderfoot. So this is the Spiderfoot. Are we all together?
Yeah.
L, not I. Yeah. Be looking at this thing. This is L, not I. Have you done your own? Eh? You have done it. Make sure you are connected to the internet. So
So I'm not seeing this screen refreshing.
Have you gotten the email?
so, so if this is the interface, you can see not it say was no scan word history. That means you have not carried out any scan before now. You'll see setting here. let me explain something. This setting is what he uses to scan his information. These are the things he uses to scan his information. These platforms are individual platform or independent platforms. Abstract API is to collect API. Abuse maybe site that has to do with maybe abuse informations, abuse.ipd and so on and so forth. These are different platforms. All these things are different platforms. Archive.org, you know archive. Archive.org is a site that hold archive informations, both ancient informations. You see it in archive.org. Alien VAT is so different platforms. These are different platforms. Country name extractor, common crop, and so on. Referral, drone, BL, DuckDuckGo, uh, email web, and different aspects of intelligent edge, IP info. These are malware VAS, malware patrol, meta defenders. These are different open compass. These are different platforms. Social media links, you can look at it now. Social media profile finder, e look for social media profile.
Sorry, question.
Okay.
Once someone been locked somehow,
Yes.
The ones that are locked means that you need to manually attach the API to it, the platform API to it. Like this, for example, look at virus total, right? We know virus total from malware analysis. So these are they are the who is or and so on and so forth. These are different platforms that you can use. So your goal is to get the API of this platform. That's the only work you need to do to get the API of this platform. But then before the API, I want to do a scan. So before the API, before setting up this API and this configuration, you can also do a scan. But then when you do a new scan, when you do a scan, it will only give you a peripheral information, that is the surface level information, because those tools or platform that it needs to do a deep scan, the API has not been attached. Do you understand?
yeah.
So this is telling you here. It says your scan target may be one of the following. These are what you are going to do. One, domain name. That means you can search for information about a domain name, and it give you much every information that is available about that domain name. IP address, sys, IPv6, host name or subdomain name, subnet or even beacon address. You copy the beacon address and put. Then email address, you can use email address, phone number, human's name, username, and even network assigned number. So your target might be any of these. Any challenge, you look at different scanning information places targets you can use from. All depend on your intentions or what you information the specific information you want to get. Are you looking for somebody's name? Is it phone number you want to get information about? Is it email address? Is it username? Is it a domain name? Whatever, it's only you that know. Are we together? Are we together?
Yes.
So if you want to, before I'll come to this side, now you see use what? By you can also do that by what? By use case. Doing by the use case simply means that you can get anything and everything about the target. What it means that all spider foot module will be enabled, but it will be very slow. But it will gather every possible piece of information about the target will be obtained and what? Analyzed. It will obtain it for you and analyze it for you. If you choose this one, if you choose this one, you do footprinting for what is footprinting? Footprinting means gathering information in network information about the target. Are we following?
Sorry. When they say all spinal cord models, what are they referring to? Are those platforms?
All these modules, these are the modules. All the modules, abstract API, abuse API, all those platforms, they are referring to them as the modules.
Yeah, but if you said that this online view scan is a peripheral scanning thing,
You see?
you said when we come to this place, it's for the surface scanning,
When we come to,
new scan.
I did not say when we come to new scan, it was surface scan. I said if you do not put in the API on the settings, it means that if you do your scanning, it will not make use of those here that don't have API. That's what I mean.
Okay.
Every scan comes from new scan. Every scan you want to carry out, you must come to here. This is where you do your settings. This one is your setting. This is where you carry out your scan. Do you understand now, right? So what this side is telling you that if you click all, that means it will make use of all the modules that is enabled here, all these modules. It will make use of all of them. And you look at it, what the modules are used for. Say look up IP address, phone and IP address information from Asta. Check if a host or a domain IP address or net is malicious according to what? Abuse.sa. Check if an IP address is malicious according to this. Check if a netbook or IP address is blacklisted. Look for a possible associated account on nearly 200 websites like eBay, Sandal, Reddit, and so on. This is what the account finder does for you. Uh, Check if link page will be blocked by this. Check if a host will be blocked by AdGuard. Search for what? For Tor Amina search engine for mention on the target. Check if the IP address is malicious according to this. To obtain information from this, search for potential Amazon S3 pocket as well. So this is telling you what all these modules is what is used for. Are we together?
Yeah.
Are we together?
Yes.
Bitcoin for identify Bitcoin address in a scrape web pages. Bitcoin who is who. Check for Bitcoin address against a Bitcoin who is who database for suspect of malicious word address. Blockchain. Query blockchain info to find the balance of identified Bitcoin wallet address. These are different things that you can use do and so on and so forth. So this is what it's telling us right now. It said you can use when you click on all, it means yeah, you can scan you can carry out your scan by a use case. You can carry out your scan by a required word data. Maybe you just want a country name only. You just want a domain name or this thing only. Are we following? Are we together?
Yeah.
So maybe this is what you want only. So you can do that by this. Or also you can carry this by what? Any of these modules. So I'm going to do it one after the other and you will see the different result it will give us. Are we together? So first of all, let's start with what? With this. So let's say our target. Let's call it target. You can call it a. This is a scanning. Can be anything. Maybe if you are told, let's say target fraud analysis. Let's say fraud. Let's say maybe there's a fraud or something like that, and you are carrying fraud analysis. Anything you want to call it. Are we together?
Yeah.
And maybe you are targeting a name. Let's say a name for now. Let's say a name. Remember example it gives you. You say when you want to do name, you put it inside what? A double quote. Look at this side. So you must write it the way it is. So I'm going to put it inside a double quote. Let's say God day or chairman. Are we together? Let's say that is our this thing. So when you finish, scroll down. When you have set your target, you click what? Scan now. So let's wait for what it will give us regarding the name. You say, look at it. Fraud analysis is starting. So it's starting right now. So when it finish whatever it's doing, you see the result here under this place like this. Let's give it some time and see what it will give us. Let me be sure. So look at it. Everything you are doing here is working under this server here. This is the server. Everything is happening under this server here. Let me check something. Let me ping. Let me be sure that my internet is working. My internet is working. So it's still starting. Let's give it some time. You can try your own there. Try your own there. You can use your own name.
It is
So let's do one or two again so that I'll show you what to do. You do that by your own. So call it new scan. Okay, let me use email address. Let's see. So I'm going to put it in use case. Let's see. I'll click for scan. So let's see what it will give us. So it's running. So let's see. Let it finish. So you can see it has finished. Let me explain something. Just take note. Look at the screen. Look at the screen first. It has finished, right? And you see that it only brought out only summary. So if you go to correlations, correlation means if you brought out different information, he will use correlation to compare to check if this thing is corresponding with this particular thing. Then browse is here. You see the list of everything they has listed as, like your own, the one you showed me is two, right? Email and hack email. Now but this one is only mail because it does not find any information in the regards to it in maybe any other places. So that's why he's seeing it what. So he was able to detect that there's a mail like that. So if it has many work, it will put a graph. It say insufficient data to produce what? to produce what? A graph. So I say what? Scan IP addresses and you see all of them like this. Let me see if I can get bridge IP. Let me check something. Bridge IP.
So which one is this internal ID?
Eh?
The internal ID that is showing on that scan setting.
Internal.
ID.
Oh yeah.
So internal ID.
That one is just normal setting for your system.
Okay.
I did I ran the scan on a phone number.
Okay.
It gave me three graphs.
What and what? Go to browse.
And the three graphs keep showing me the three things. The
What?
phone number, the country name, telecommunication provider.
Okay, that's the only information I was able
Yes.
to fish out.
Yes. It also gave me a graph.
Bridge IP database. I'm coming. So I'm looking for IP address database, malicious IP list. So I want to use another IP to check for us for sample. Let's see. So this is an IP address. Please take note first. This is maybe you are doing something and you see an IP address, right? Maybe somebody send you a link or something and you see the IP address. You can also use the IP address to get more information about the what? The host. So let me copy this. So I'll come here. I'll come to new scan. I'll call it malicious IP. I'll put what? Remember when I talk about IP address, where is it? IPv what? 4. So I'll just paste the IP address here. So this is the IP address. I'll put what? Off for now. I'll click and click what? Scan. So let's see what it will give us from that word IP address. Whether it's able to gather any information about the IP address or whether it's not. So it's starting. So let's give it some time. So it has gathered about 19 info. Let's see. It has gotten the affiliate IP, domain name attached to the IP address, internet name, and data from the API. Let's get more. When it finishes, we'll look at it. So it has found 19 information. So some of this error that you are seeing here could be your setting error. Yes. So it found about 15 additional. It has not finished. So when it finishes, we'll know exactly. But for now, it's found about 15 additional distance attached to the same IP address. Look at it, the same IP address. So the same IP address behaving the same way. 195 is the same thing that is having 80, 94, still 80. So let it finish. It found two affiliate internet names. Look at it. Post both T2. These are the two affiliate names that he has found. Which other parent name? He has found one parent name as host rot.ap.com. That is the parent name. BGS as membership. Let's see. This is using this as membership slash zero slash this. IP address is this. This you can see that this is the main IP address, but then it has about how many? About 15 extra sub IP address. So anyone you fall into, they will grab you. Net block membership. So let's finish. Let it finish. So 26 information. Let it finish. Is information still running? So it's still running. So you can see this is the graph, though it's still running, so it cannot give you this thing. But then this is the graph. So this is the graph. This is the graph now. So it's telling you this is the point. This is the rate is telling you that is the main this thing. It's telling you that it's start getting to what to different places. It's the same thing connected here to this website here. This you can see a website now. Epic epbfi.com. That is the website. So from here, from this host, that means if you visit this website now, what you're trying directly doing, you are visiting this website, and then this website is the same thing as this word IP. It's the same this IP address that is having 81. Look at it, 80. It's the same thing as having 81. Same thing as having 87. Are we all together?
Yeah.
So this one is the brass cannon. So let's wait. How many information now? About 45. So let's stop this now. If you leave it, it will continue. It will continue gathering more information as long as the information will exist. So where is my stopping distance? Does it even have stop? So the function of correlation is to tell you the severity, whether such is malicious. That's why I see high, medium, lower info. So I don't know whether those of you your own that have finished, those of you that your own has finished, what is it called? Finish scanning. Whether you see anything here. Do you see? So let's. So the main name you can see it, look at it here. The domain was that IP address was registered with this particular domain tucows.com, and it's also in from element source data. This is where it got the source from. But you can see that's where it's a domain name, but it's an IP, it's a username attached to a domain name. So which other one? Country name. 12 domain international, that is the name that they use now. Look at the information about domain name is this, domain name registration is this it was record updated or registered in 2025. That's when it was registered in 2025, and the registered this thing is this. And so this is the server information, and so it's telling you more information about the registration of that particular domain name. Phone number, let's see. You see, this from one IP address we gathered thousands of information. So they didn't give you IP address before. Do you see any do you see any phone number before? It's only an IP address. But then you can see that it was able to fetch in much information from us about that particular word, IP address. So you say search web content. Look at it. Formerly known as, look at the EB of Chang, is it Chattanooga, formerly known as Electrical Power Board of Chattanooga, is an American electric power distribution and telecom company owned by the city of Chattanooga, Texas, and so in. Look at what the information on their website before. You get it, right? That they were using to deceive people. So you are able, with this you are able to extract even the information from that website. So these are, there are thousands of things you can actually get from here. Let's say similar domain, it has a similar domain. Look at it, it has a similar word. It's a similar domain. It is saying this is the main domain, this is the similar word domain. I hope you understand this. So this is what IP address, this is what this is actually what used for. Let me, it's still running. So the next thing we want to look at is how to do the set. Okay, the light is not your it on. So to set up this, please come over here. Take note. To set up the API, you go to the main setting, not the scan setting. Take note, there are two type of setting. You see, where is it? Let me go to here. There is a scan setting. This is a setting that is for the scan. But then there is a main word setting, which is a global setting. If you set this one, it will affect every other scan you want to do. So all you need to do, if any API, you can import, you can even decide to import an API. Maybe you have put the API in a list already. You can import it, or you do it individually. All you need to do is what? All you need to do is to go to, some you will not find an API, but the one that you find an API, you put like this one now. It will not request you for API again. You get it? This one, if you click on here, you will see API key. You see where it asks you to, you see abuse API key. All you need to do is to go to the website. sign up and get the API and come and paste it here. Are we following? Come and paste it here. When you paste it here, come and paste it here and then click what? Save what? Changes. You finish that one, you go to abuse.this, you see the API key here, look at it here, you copy that one and paste it here. You go to archive.org. Archive.org, it does not request you for API again. That's why,
So the API is in the .org.
No.
no. Go to the website. Let's say, let me use one for example. Let's say I go to Virus Total. Let's say I will go to Virus Total. This is the Virus Total website. I'll go to it. So let's give it some time. So it's not open right now. So what you need to do is this. Take note. Go to those platforms. Sign in. You see here you say sign in or sign up. Are we together? Sign in with your email address. When you sign in with your email address, you see sign up here.
No, sir, I'm not getting it.
You have not gotten
When I
one.
get to something like this now, I do it.
Where are you?
Like I want to get an link.
Please be following. I don't know whether you are doing another thing when I'm explaining. I say go to this side. Go.
Yeah, that's where I am.
I say when you go to the place, anyone you want to copy the API, go to the website itself. Look to the website of it. Copy the website and open a new browser. Like this one now. If I want to go to this one, I'll open it and go to a new browser.
No, it's not opening. That's why I'm asking the questions.
What is not opening? Why are you clicking on it? Why are you clicking on this thing rather than the website here? I say maximize your window.
I'm
You
not using it.
what are you clicking on?
It's this particular one.
What are you clicking on? Scroll up. You not see the URL here.
It's just now that it came out. All this while I've been clicking, it has not been coming out.
It has not. Are you not the one that turn your this thing to this thing? Are you not seeing the screen or what I'm doing? Just listen to the screen. Don't be when it's time to listen so that you get the listen before you know what to press. Now all you need to do is to what? Sign up. Enter your email address. Let's say I will enter an email address. First name. Let me call it anything I want to call it for now. Last name. Email. Let me use email. Username. Password. So let me check what I typed here.
What are you putting as your password?
Any password you want to put. So you click what? When you finish, you click join.
Ah, that's actually.
So what is Cyprus?
Okay. Okay. So try again. So you do that by yourself. When you finish setting, you will see by the side under your name like this, you see a site called API. Just click on it, copy the link, the API key, come to anywhere it is. Depending on the one you are doing, remember this is the one for virus total. So you go to scroll down to virus total, where virus total is, scroll down to virus total, scroll down to virus total, and then copy it and come and paste it here. When you paste it here, click on what? Save what? Changes. Are we together? Our advice that when you copy your API key, open a Google Sheet and paste all of them there. Maybe you type virus data, post it there back, do it all of them and save it there.
Then import it.
Then you can import it. Yes, better you import it, or you can still come because you might need this API for other things later in the future. So you not continue to repeat the same task again when you meet similar challenges in the future. Are we together? So when you go home, try it out on your own and get me a feedback. Any question?